Hey everyone, I'm MTS, and today I'm going to be looking at the shocking history of lipstick, the outlawed royal cosmetic. I first started putting makeup on, I want to say freshman year of high school is when I started experimenting with makeup. Um, I am not talented in it, I would say, but I have worked very hard over the years to make sure that if I ever had a platform, I would make sure I did not look bad. So I practiced a lot. I started experimenting with different colors, although I do mostly prefer the nude shades. I think that's kind of like where I look the best in my personal opinion. But lipstick, I think my favorite colors are kind of like the deep red, like along purple, that kind of thing. Um, one shade does not work for all. I used to think that. I used to see models that were not my skin color wearing a pretty shade of lipstick, and I thought it was so cute, and I would get it and I would try it on, and I would look a hot mess, child. So I've had a lot of experience with trial and error. However, I've come a long way. I think it's safe to say I look pretty presentable, hopefully. But yeah, I want to get into the shocking history of lipstick. Let's get into it.
If you've ever smeared on a bright shade of lipstick, you know the power that a tiny little tube of makeup can hold. But most people have no idea that this one little cosmetic has a long and storied history full of baggage, power, criminal activity, and women's liberation. Lipstick history dates back thousands of years to ancient lipstick made from an unfortunate combo of crushed gemstones and lead.
Yes.
Today,
lead was a big no-no, but that unfortunately was a main product in makeup back in the day, and is said to be one of the reasons that actually caused Queen Elizabeth I's death. Her makeup was is rumored to be the thing that really did kill her. So, and when you see what was in her makeup, yeah, you would say so too.
Exploring the history of lipstick. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. Oh, and that's just not enough. Leave a comment and let us know what random inventions you would like to hear about. Okay, pucker up. We're going rouge. As you may remember from previous videos, Elizabeth I was literally obsessed with a bold red lip. The Queen coated her lips in a half-inch of lip paint. You heard that right.
Half inch. Okay, I did not know that.
Probably stayed on after she ate dinner, right? Elizabeth, known as the Virgin Queen, believed the lipstick had healing powers and would ward off fatality. Ironically, Elizabeth's lipstick actually included a harmful ingredient, white lead, which slowly poisoned her. At least she looked chic for her funeral. The Queen's signature crimson color included other less lethal ingredients like egg whites and fig milk. Many scholars, and probably Kylie Jenner, credit Queen Elizabeth with the invention of the lip pencil. The Queen's lip liner pencil was made from a blend of alabaster and dye, which was dried in the sun before lining the lips.
I would have thought the lip pencil was before that time still. Okay. Interesting.
The English Parliament were so up in arms about lipstick, of all things, that they tried to ban it in 1650, linking the vice of painting, wearing black patches, and the immodest dress of women. That effort failed. But sadly, in 1770, Britain did manage to successfully ban lipstick. According to Parliament, women were tricking men into matrimony by donning lipstick and other cosmetics. Parliament managed to link lipstick with witchcraft and promised to nullify any marriage.
I swear they'll link anything to witchcraft, so what else? What else you got at this point?
Just caused by lipstick. Let's be honest. If lipstick were actually a form of witchcraft, you wouldn't have to reapply it so often. All women, of whatever age, rank, profession, or degree, whether virgins, maids, or widows, that shall, from and after such, act, impose upon, seduce, and betray into matrimony any of His Majesty's subjects by the scents, paints, cosmetic washes, artificial teeth, false hair, Spanish wool, iron stays, hoops, high-heeled shoes, or bolstered hips, shall incur the penalty of the law in force.
Okay, well, they just came for this whole entire century, this whole generation, was just everything he just mentioned. Oh, they'd be in for a real culture shock if they went into a time machine and came to this period in time.
Against witchcraft and the like, misdemeanors and their marriages, upon conviction, shall become null and void. Let's take a moment to say, if you marry a woman and change your mind after she takes off her lipstick and heels, we don't think it's the fault of the woman. But that's just silly old logical us talking. But apparently, British Parliament in 1770 disagreed. In the early 20th century, lipstick was associated with rebellion, and famous suffragettes declared lipstick a sign of female emancipation. In the 1912 New York suffragette rally, women appeared with red lips to signal their independence. The trend caught on, partly because it shocked men to see women applying lipstick in public. We were so much more innocent then. In the 1920s, flappers donned scarlet lips to shock their elders. One commentator in 1923 wrote, "Probably, the lipstick has aroused sharper critical rage than any other whimsicality of women. It can appear to have seized the feminine imagination more violently than any other specific device of fashion." A new generation gap appeared, with young women flocking to buy newly invented tubes of lipstick while their mothers shunned the practice.
I
At
love
the
that
time,
tube of
lipstick was pretty damn punk.
It really does make or break the look.
Bright red lipstick roared back into fashion during World War II for a surprising reason. Believe it or not, amongst many other things, Adolf Hitler also reportedly hated red lipstick. Women flooded the factories and the battlefields in the 1940s, wearing red lipstick as a sign of patriotism and bravery. The Marines took this trend a step further by creating a mandatory lipstick for female Marines called Montezuma Red. The red color represented the American flag and came to symbolize strength. Early Christian writers were so intimidated by lipstick that they actually declared lipstick a sin. St. Jerome said wearing lipstick was an act against God because it changed women's appearance. Similarly, St. Cyprian condemned women for wearing any cosmetics. All women in general should be warned that the work of God and His creature and image should in no way be falsified by employing yellow coloring or black powder or rouge, or finally, any cosmetic at all that spoils the natural features. They are laying hands on God when they strive to remake what He has made and to transform it, not knowing that everything that comes into existence is the work of God, that whatever is changed is the work of the devil.
The sad part is, like, as a religious person, I see where they are coming from with that, as in you are born the way you are. However, I think makeup has come a long way in terms of what women use it for, I would say. I think now it's become more of an art form. I think it was an art form even back then. I think what they're trying to say is most definitely love yourself, no matter how you look. And if you want to experiment with makeup and the artistry of it all and the expression that you can get from it, then go right ahead.
For the Egyptians, makeup wasn't just a feminine phenomenon. Egyptian men and women both wore lip color, including bold choices like orange, blue, and magenta lips. Talk about high fashion. Egyptians applied their lip color using a wet stick of wood, and wealthy Egyptians were buried with at least 2 pots of lip color. Cleopatra ordered custom lipsticks with unusual ingredients. Her signature red lip was created from crushed bugs. Other ingredients included flowers, fish scales, and red ochre. Pucker up, Mark Anthony. Be sure to hold your breath.
Also, I'm so glad that we've come a long way from the more natural ingredients like that. A crushed beetle, that's about as natural as you can get.
Lipstick is older than you might think. In fact, it dates all the way back to Queen Shabad of ancient Samaria. The queen donned a lip color made from white lead and crushed red rocks. The queen's trendy red lip wasn't her only contribution to history. When Shabad's tomb was discovered in Ur in the 1920s, scholars were shocked at the wealth represented in the queen's burial space. The tomb also contained the skeletons of 23 female servants who were terminated for the sole purpose of being buried next to the queen, so they could be her servants in the next life. Later Sumerian royal tombs also included lip paints for the afterlife, which were stored in shells. Maybe she was intending to give all her murdered servants the lipstick in the next lives. Or
You already
maybe
know that's not
it's
true.
Maybelline.
Good one.
While the British may have rudely outlawed lipstick, it was still a popular choice in the good old US of A, or more accurately, the American colonies. Colonial women changed their lip color by rubbing red ribbons on their lips and sucking lemons. One colonial-era liquor brand even promised it would change the drinkers' lips red. They were probably getting the lips confused with the nose and gin blossoms. Martha Washington, the First Lady, had her own recipe for lip rouge. She blended hog's lard with spermaceti, found in the guts of whales. That sounds truly disgusting.
Yeah.
Ancient Greeks discouraged most women from wearing lipstick. However, harlots were encouraged to wear lip color so they would be easier to identify. In fact, the first lipstick law threatened punishments for harlots who appeared in public without lipstick. The
Whoa,
Greeks thought harlots
really?
would trick men into thinking that they were ladies with a nude lip, showing that even thousands of years ago, lipstick carried an association with sexuality and was used as an excuse to divide
has
and
for a
oppress
long
women.
time.
The
Still
recipe
kinda
for Greek
does.
lip paint included ingredients like crocodile dung, sheep sweat, and red dye. Did they have to use crocodile dung? Apparently, yes. By the late 19th century, lipstick was growing in popularity because
Victoria.
all the hot and cool Victorian-era chicks started wearing it. In the 1880s, the French cosmetic brand Guerlain sold the first commercially successful lipstick, made from grapefruit and butter. However, while lipstick started popping up in department stores, putting on lipstick was considered an intensely private experience. Actress Sarah Bernhardt caused a major scandal in the 1800s simply by applying her lipstick in public. To us modern folk, that may sound extremely normal, but if you were an 1800s person, it would have been some seriously
Shoot, women do it on the train.
hot goss. By the 1600s, English
Exactly,
aristocrats
they did
began
too.
wearing lip coloring, including noblemen.
They sure
Certain
did.
shades of lipstick became associated with the upper classes, acting as a visual marker for the social classes. In the court of Edward IV, men and women wore lip color. The king even wore lipstick, including an official royal color called raw flesh.
Oh, excuse me.
The Victorians generally avoided lipstick, preferring a bare-lipped look. Makeup let women inflate their value by making them appear more beautiful, the Victorians reasoned, making lipstick a big no-no for them. Queen Victoria herself claimed makeup was impolite. During her reign, only harlots and actresses colored their lips. However, other women still chased the look of painted lips through more secretive means. Some bit their lips to make them more red. Others bought tinted lip balm,
It's not worth
claiming
it.
they were simply for chapped lips. Where there's a will for cute red lips, there's a way.
My excuse would have been the chapped lips because, like, you don't understand. I need a lip. You do not want to see me without some sort of, like, a coloring that'll stick or, like, some sort of moisture that'll hold for a bit. Like, for all of you guys out there who don't have dry, chapped lips, be grateful. Ugh.
By the 30s, lipstick was in vogue, and it was literally in vogue. Vogue magazine proclaimed lipstick the most important cosmetic for women in 1933. Even during the Great Depression, lipstick sales soared. The 1930s saw another important milestone in lipstick history. Max Factor, makeup artist to the stars, invented lip gloss. Thank God, because who doesn't like a little lip gloss?
He created
Originally,
lip
lip
gloss.
gloss was made for movie stars, but the draw of Hollywood soon popularized the look around the world. Since the 1950s, red lipstick has been in and out of fashion about a million times. Associated with megastars
Famous
like
picture.
Marilyn Monroe in the 1950s, red lipstick fell out of fashion in the 1960s with the rise of a more natural look. Feminists and hippies were into the whole au naturel thing and rejected makeup. This 60s wave of feminism declared lipstick a sign of oppression. The disco era saw a renaissance for red lips, as glam rockers and disco queens both donned lipstick. In the 1980s, red lipstick faced stiff competition from pink and rose
Pink,
shades, while the
yeah.
1990s saw the rise in nude and brown tones.
Yep.
Today, bright red lipstick remains a popular option, with stars like Taylor Swift bringing back the classic red lip. So if you thought
That's like her
Kylie Jenner
brand.
invented lipstick in 2016, think again.
Yeah, when I was younger, before I started wearing makeup, well, I think every little girl starts out wearing lip gloss, but lip gloss can get a little messy sometimes, and you just want something that's a little bit more stable that kind of sticks a bit better on your lip. But when I was younger, my mother used to like never let me wear red. So I was a ballerina for like 13 years straight, and a color that I was never able to use was red. Historically, as this video showed, red has, an association with certain trades, I would say. And so when I was younger, that was a color that my mother like absolutely forbade me wear or even be interested in. So it took me a while to start getting into red. So there are certain reds that I still do not like. Like I don't like the bright pop red. I'm kind of like I said before, like more into the darker reds that kind of like work better with my skin tone. So that's kind of like where I edge out a little bit on that particular shade of red. But as you get older, you come into your own. You figure out what styles, what colors work for you. So it's your own journey. Figure out what works best for you, and what makes you look the most presentable in your eyes. So thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.